Right, we're here at MAC Media Day with Western Michigan senior linebacker Mitch Zayak. Mitch, talk about this year. It's your senior year. Talk about it, compare it to previous seasons and how you prepared yourself for the offseason compared to previous years.
It's the mentality of the last go-around, really. We have a lot of guys that this is going to be their last season. It's going to be a good one for us. We put in a lot of hard work in the spring and also over the summer so far, and we're expecting it all to pay off.
Last season, at the end of the season, you guys really stepped it up on defense. How do you guys make that transition to keep the good things going on the defensive side? What things do you guys bring to the table this year that maybe you didn't have last year to help that keep going?
Definitely everybody's grown up. We've grown up at the defensive line, linebacker position, and in the secondary as well. We have a lot of guys who have the attitude, who want to win, who want to make those big plays, and we saw a lot in the last 3 games. The goal line stands and big wins by large margins of victory. That's the expectation we have now, and everyone's working hard in order to do that, whether it be watching film, on the practice field, off the field, making good decisions, and we just got to put it all together and continue with the direction.
You were talking about the secondary there. Lewis Toller was really the surprise player last year in the secondary. Talk about what you're expecting out of him this year.
Just to continue to be a leader. He's got a couple seasons now under his belt. He's doing a great job, and he is an outstanding player. We need to be a leader, definitely in the secondary, as being a young core that they are. But I expected that he'll do that. He's definitely the kind of guy that rises to the occasion, and as you've seen that the way he plays, he does that all the time.
Who do you think is going to step up that maybe we haven't heard of defensively?
You're gonna meet a lot of young guys again in the secondary, and I think that's going to be where you're going to see the most improvement. We expect the front seven to do their part to stop the run and take on all the big offensive linemen that come our way. But in the secondary, we're not going to give up as many big plays as we have in the past, and they're going to continue to get better and make plays on defense.
One of your defensive mates last year, Paul Hazel, led the team in sacks, but he had such a small frame. Have you talked to him at all this offseason? Was he able to put on any weight? Has he gotten any bigger at all?
Definitely. Everybody's gotten better what they've had to get better at, and Paul had to get a little bit bigger. But everyone has their thing and what they do well, and he can rush the passer like no one that I've ever played with before. And we're going to use that to our advantage. He's going to continue to go off the edge strong, and we're going to help him out. If they're going to run at him, we got his back. We're going to worry about him making the sacks, and we'll take care of the stop him if we have to.
What are your personal goals for the season?
Personally, to win the MAC championship. I don't really care if I make 50 tackles and we win the MAC, or if I make 150 and we win the MAC. Either way, it's gonna be just as sweet, because the records and all that stuff, they don't really matter 20 years from now. If you have a ring, that's what's going on.
Speaking of the MAC this year, the scheduling is a little bit different. You play Central at the beginning of the year versus towards the end of the year. Talk about the difference in how you approach that game, knowing that, it's still a very important game, being a MAC game, but usually at the end of the season, it was going to be a chance of going to a bowl game, winning a division title. Now that it's the beginning of the year, do you approach the game any differently?
We're going to take the game now for what it is, rather than worrying about we need this one to get to the bowl or we need this one to win the MAC. We're going to face it as we need to beat Central Michigan University, and being early, that gives us that opportunity where we don't have to worry about all the other things. We can worry about only the hype of this is Central Michigan versus Western Michigan. This is the rivalry that you came to Western Michigan to play for, and it's going to be important to us, and we try to make it important to the fans as well, and we look to have a lot of support in that arena as we go ahead and get the W.
It's been a few years since we beat Central. We obviously have them early this year, and we have them at home.
Yep.
What would a win, not only against Central, but at home, mean to you personally?
Personally, it would mean the world, because, like you said, it's been 5 years. I've never beat them. It's been 2,100 and some days since Western Michigan University beat them. I kept track. That's how long it's been. But that's when you go in to play college football to win the big games and camaraderie and joy with your teammates, to see them happy that we won, to beat our rivals. We haven't really been successful in the past, and we've been right at the very end and we've given it away to them many times. Not to do that this year for the final year would be one of the best games probably of my career.
Open up the season against Michigan. A lot of talk about Denard Robinson, his breakout year that he had last year. Talk about how it's going to be defending him this year and what you're going to have to do, because not a lot of people could stop Shoelace last year.
Yeah, we're excited. New coaches, new schemes, and all that they're going to have. Obviously, a great player and great coaching staff now. It's a different guy that we're going to play against than we've played in the past, than we played them a couple years ago. But we got to do what we do well. We got to be sound in our gaps. We got to be tight on our coverage, and we got to make plays when we have the opportunity to make them. Come up with a couple turnovers, and we're going to be all right.
Last season, you guys opened up at Michigan State, played at Notre Dame. How does playing in those bigger venues last season help you guys this season?
It helps tremendously. We had, like I said, a lot of young guys last year who now had that experience of playing in some of the bigger stadiums in the country in front of some of the louder fans. And going into this first game at Michigan, they're going to be maybe that first step they take and they see, oh, we're in the big house. That'll be over after the first couple plays, and we're going to get down to football.
Every college, high school football player would be lying if they told you their dream wasn't to someday play in the NFL. Now, as a senior, is that something that crosses your mind at all? When you play at all, is it something like, oh, I need to make this extra play? I mean, not only to help my team, but also maybe help myself, make myself look better in front of scouts, and get myself to that next level.
I don't really think about it as the games are going on. Now maybe I take it. I'd love to play in the NFL, obviously, and I'm going to give it a shot if I get the opportunity. But there's a lot of things in life you don't really get to choose what you get to do, and you got to kind of take what's given to you at times and work for that little bit that you can. But the most important thing to me is having our team do well, because that's the only guarantee that we really have right now is playing for Western Michigan. And to be successful there will be the step in the next direction, whether it's to the NFL or just into a career in engineering or wherever I do. One step at a time, win the MAC, and then we'll worry about the NFL.
You guys play a few games on the road, long road trips. How do you prepare yourself mentally and physically for those, especially the back-to-back games?
Yeah, it's fun to go on the road. We get to spend a lot of quality time with the guys. We get real close and personal with them, whether it's the 6-hour bus ride or get on the plane, and some guys that never flown before. And it's a new experience for a lot of people, and it's a good bonding experience for us. But at the end of the day, whether we're in Massachusetts or we're in Connecticut or we're in wherever we go, it's about playing football together, and it's about our team coming together and doing what we do well.
Final 3 games of the season, none of them are on Saturdays, and they're all being broadcasted on the ESPN family of networks. Talk about how you approach the games that aren't on Saturdays. You have like your own mindset, and you have your own rhythms on Saturday. You wake up at a certain time. How do you prepare yourself for the games that are on the different days and even later on, and especially playing in front of a nationally televised audience?
Our coaches do a great job getting us prepared, whether it be adjusting our practice schedule so that a Monday is like a Friday and a Sunday is Thursday, and just working our way back just so we can be ready to play that Tuesday night game or Wednesday night game. It all goes into the preparation, like you said, and we have an experienced staff who knows how to take care of those situations, and we've done it a lot in the past. And it's really, you worry about football and you don't really worry about it's a Tuesday night, it's supposed to be a class today, and that doesn't really go into your head at all. It's all about coming together with guys and playing the game.
You guys had a lot of close calls last year when you lost a few games that you probably should have won. How do you change that this year to finish out those games and come home with a W?
Defensively, we just got to not give them the big plays. We got to continue to work together better, continue to make plays when we have the opportunity, and not really worry about what the offense might be doing for us. It's about us getting them the ball so they can score, for us having the opportunity to make a big play and score on defense as well. We'll just continue to get better at the little things, and we'll be all right.